Okay, this evening we'll finish off the chapter of Anov, of humility, in the Orchos Yosher from Rav Chaim Kanievsky. And he writes like this: "Ube'emes, the truth of the matter is, kol ha'merivos bebatim, all of the arguments that take place in a person's house, husband and wife, v'she'ein shalom bayis, when there is no shalom bayis, there is no peace and harmony between the couple, shemotzim ma'oy bizmanenu." Now, Rav Chaim Kanievsky is speaking from experience, and he's saying, merivos, arguments and fighting and screaming and yelling and not getting along in people's homes, and the absence of shalom bayis, unfortunately, he writes, is something that is very common in our generation. Now remember, that means that Rav Chaim Kanievsky, who met with tens of thousands of people, that means many of the people must have told him all of the fighting and the arguments and the lack of shalom bayis that was going on in their homes. So it's matzim oy bizmanenu. It's very much common in our time. Ruban kechulon boyin. The majority of all of these discrepancies that people have in their homes, husbands and wives, boyin al yidei gaiva, come because of gaiva, because of the arrogance of one, or if not both, of the parties. However, if both the husband and the wife would grab on to the midah, to the trait of anov, of humility, and they would care less about their own kavod, about their own honor. So what? Who cares? It's not a big deal. It's not worth having a fight. It's not worth having an argument. What's your kavod? Your kavod is nothing. The ultimate kavod is the kavod of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So you don't like that she did this, he doesn't like that she did that. Who are you? We're nobody. In the scheme of the entire universe, we are a blip of dirt, a speck of dust. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the master of the universe. How many husbands get upset with their wives because they feel that their wife doesn't honor and respect them in the right way? How many wives get angry and upset with their husbands when they feel that their husband doesn't understand them and respect them in the right way? Says Rav Chaim Kanievsky, forget about it. Stop being such a bal gaiva. Stop holding on to your kavod like, I deserve everything. You deserve nothing. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the one who deserves all of our honor. You're taking away the honor from HaKadosh Baruch Hu? You think that you come before the Rabbi Shalom? Says Rav Chaim Kanievsky, he's speaking from experience of 70 years of advising Klal Yisrael, 70 years of tens of thousands of people coming his way. And he says, just let go. Let go of your kavod. Let go of your honor. Let go of what you think is right. Why can't your wife be right? Why do you always have to be right? Why does the husband always have to be right? We should always be wrong. We should be mevatel. We should be mevatel ourselves. We should nullify ourselves to what our wives want and not be such balei gaiva, so arrogant, like we always have to have our way. And if a person would do that, he writes, and they would just let go of their honor. They'll let go of their gaiva. They'll become humble individuals. The majority of all of the fighting between husbands and wives, mistadrim b'shalom, they would be worked out in peace. Understand these words that he's saying over this, fascinating. We'll put all of the marriage counselors out of business right now. If a husband and a wife would stop holding on to their kavod so much and just let go and just say, it's okay, honey. It's okay, dear. You want to go here tonight? You want to do this? Fine. No problem. I'm happy to do that. You need this? I'm happy. I'm happy to help out. I'm happy to be there. Whatever you need. And a wife will say to her husband, okay, fine. It's not a big deal. Roiv hamachleikis. The majority of all of the arguments, the fighting, the absence of shalom bayis that are in people's homes, mistadrim b'shalom, they will be resolved naturally, and there will be tremendous peace in the house. Doik v'sishkach, take a look carefully, and you will find Sha'anova amitis hi refuah beduka va'amitis leroiv habayo sheyesh bizmanenu. The words are fascinating. This is Rav Chaim Kanievsky. We're not talking about Dr. Laura over here. We're talking about Rav Chaim Kanievsky, the Gadol Ador who had all of the Torah on his fingertips, and he says so simply, he says, I want to let you know that real, true, sincere humility is the refuah beduka. It is the guaranteed cure, the amitis, and the true cure, l'roiv habayos sheyesh bizmanenu, to the majority of all of the problems that we find in our generation. I don't know if anybody else understands what he's saying over here. It means he's blaming all of our problems, blaming all the way that we treat each other, the way that we run our homes, the way that we run our businesses, the way that we act in shul, the way that we talk to the cashier at the store, the way that we get so agitated in line at the bank. Did you ever count while you're going out of your head because it's taking so long for the person in front of you to make their transaction? Did you ever look at your watch and see how long it really takes? Do you know there's like this illusion in a bank that you're always standing in line for an hour. You know, once when I was getting agitated, I started looking at my watch. I realized I had to wait about 48 seconds before the teller called me up. Try it the next time you're there. The old man is there. He's reaching into his pocket. Relax. Don't be such a balgaiva. One day you'll be 95 years old and it'll take you a few extra minutes to make your transaction to the bank also. Take it easy. It's not about you. That's what Chaim Kanievsky is saying over here. It's not about you. It's about the other person. It's about understanding and recognizing and being sensitive and appreciating what somebody else needs. And roiv habayos bizmanenu, the majority of all of the issues that we have today, well, they'll disappear. They'll dissipate. If people would be anavim, would be humble individuals. V'Hashem yizbarach, ya'ara aleinu ruach tar mimorayim. He ends off with a tefillah. Me'akadosh Baruch Hu, pour down upon us a ruach tahara mimorayim, a spirit of purity from above. Shenisken la'anava amitis, that we should be zeicha, we should merit the true humility in our lives. I think everybody, every chassan, every kala, every father, every mother, every couple that's married for years, every employee, employer, every person in shul, these words, we have to just etch them on our hearts. If a person will just humble themselves and not worry so much about their kavod, it's a joke. It is a joke. Our kavod is a joke. It does nothing. The real kavod is kavod atayr. The real kavod is kavod for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The real kavod is kavod for mitzvahs and yirah shamayim. What are we? Who are we? We're nobody. We're nothings in the history of the world. There were so many people that were greater than us. And there's so many people in the generation that are greater than us. And there's people that are doing much more noble things than we are doing. Much greater acts of chesed, of kindness, of mitzvahs, of Torah. So many more people. So who are we? Says Rav Chaim, just be humble. Let go. Let go of the kavod. Just let go. It's child. You ever watch two babies, two children on the schoolyard? What do they fight about? They fight about their own personal kavod. I got the ball. No, I got the ball. No, I got the ball. That's my toy. That's my toy. Kids in the house, they're fighting over the silliest little things. They're beating each other up till one's drawing blood because I want it, blah, blah, blah. When you act like that as an adult, what an imbecile a person is going to be. You're arguing with your wife about the dumbest things in the world, and you're causing a rift in the marriage. You're arguing with your children, you're causing a rift in the relationship. You're arguing with your employer, causing a rift in the relationship. For what? For nothing. For illusionary honor that you don't deserve. If you honor HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's the greatest honor that you could have. If you honor yourself, you forgot about Hashem. There's everything that we're learning in this chapter here. Fascinating words. Rav Chaim Kanievsky. We should be zeicher to come on Shavuos as truly humble people that are willing to be machniya, to humble ourselves to the ratzon of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to humble ourselves to the Torah, to humble ourselves to the will of the Rebbeinu Shalom, who only wants the best for us. And in that zechus, as Klal Yisrael stood by Har Sinai, Ki'ish echad u'belev echad, for Klal Yisrael to get along as one man with one heart, there's got to be a lot of humility over there. Because everybody knows, 2 Jews, you got 3 opinions. Yeah, the Jew that lives on the island, and there's 2 shuls. Why? That's one I daven in, the other one I don't daven in. Yeah? That's the Jewish people. But a miracle took place by Har Sinai. Everybody came together as one. When you let down the guard, when you let down the covet, when you let down the honor, when you stop chasing after what you think, you can connect with the rest of Klal Yisrael. We should be zeicher, ki'ish echad u'belev echad, like one person, one heart, to be zeicher, to be makabel the Torah together, b'simcha u'ba'ava u'ba'anivos, and humility. And just as HaKadosh Baruch Hu is merape, He healed all of those that were sick by Har Sinai, He should heal all of our spiritual maladies that we have. And we should be singing and dancing by the Har Sinai over here, and ultimately, Be'ez Hashem, with the glory that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is waiting for, with the Bias Koyal Tzedek V'imheira V'yameinu.